Another question. For the people who asked questions in written, if they would like to go to the microphone and repeat their question, that probably will be more uniform. So I would ask you, please, if you written a question for me, try to go there and we'll take all the questions from the floor. It will make it more uniform than trying to distribute, because we have 2 speakers and 3 minutes and 2 minutes and different kind of question. We'll just get it from the floor. And Dr. Shorrosh.
This is just a simple request to read what is in Ezekiel 18:4, which says, "Behold, all souls are mine, the soul of the Father as well as the soul of the Son is mine, the soul who sins shall die." They wanted me to read the entire verse. That's all.
Thank you. This was a written question, and we will take the questions from the floor.
My question is to Dr. Shorrosh. My question is not to prove to me linguistically the mistakes in the Quran, because it was elaborated by Dr. Jamal Badawi, but my simple challenge to Dr. Shorrosh is to read for me 1 page from the Quran without making a mistake. Surah At-Talaq. It's simple surah.
Why don't you read it for us, since you brag that you know Arabic so well? I've never made myself a scholar in Arabic.
How come?
I'm a student. Listen, I'm a student of the Quran. See? He has confessed himself he is not a scholar of the Arabic language. There is no living human being who can say to you he knows Arabic so as to be the complete reference and dictionary of the Arabic language. Isn't that correct? Do you know of any living creature
today? But there are small children whose original language is not Arabic who can recite Quran accurately from page to page, from end to beginning to end.
Yeah, we call them Hafiz. We call them Hafiz. Hafiz.
But they know how to read what is in front of them correctly.
Hafiz is a different thing.
Dr. Shorrosh, with all my respect, because you are able to find mistakes in the Quran, it's more easier to read for me. Just read in simple Arabic language.
All right.
Surah Talaq, if you don't mind.
Why not?
And only 2 verses, from 4 to 6.
All right. Surah Talaq, what number?
Can't find it. Can't find it, but
you remember the number of the surah, just to make it quite faster. I think it's 40, no, not 40, it's 50. Yeah, it's right.
Good. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يا أيها النبي إذا طلقتم النساء فطلقوهن لعدتهن واحصوا العدة. Let me ask you something.
Yes.
All right? Hold it right there. Listen, everyone. Was the Quran written with vowels? The Kufi language did not have any of this. So why are you making such a big point of this?
You have to read it, because when I came here...
Listen, this is not the Quran that was written back then. This is addition of men. Men added these vowels. It was never in it.
No.
Isn't that right, Professor?
I'll answer you.
What, were these in there?
But please give him a chance.
Let me finish.
And don't interrupt him, brother. And don't clap hands. Listen rationally. Okay, continue. Let him continue. Don't interrupt him.
I would request you to be silent, to listen. If you know Arabic and you feel the word is not announced right, then you just keep it for yourself. You ask the question, brother, you don't have right to interrupt or correct him. If we wait until he finishes.
Thank you.
And then you make your comments if you want to.
I also would like to remind you, please, that if we all agree that the Quran was written in Arabic, you will have to also agree it was written for the Arabs only. What do you do with the Chinese, the Hindus? What do you do with the different nationalities? Why was the Quran never translated until the 15th century into French and 10 years later into English? What happened to them? Did they go to hell because they didn't hear about your book? What do you think of that? Let me read that.
Brother.
And I want to remind you once again, I never claimed to be a scholar in the Arabic language to anybody. يا أيها النبي إذا طلقتم النساء فطلقوهن لعدتهن وأحصوا العدة واتقوا الله ربكم لا تخرجونهن من بيوتهن ولا يخرجن إلا إن يأتين بفاحشة مبينة وتلك حدود الله ومن يتعدى حدود الله فقد ظلم نفسه لا تدري لعل الله يحدث بعد ذلك أمرا. Thank you.
My response is that with all due respect, in that simple passage there were no less than 4 mistakes, let alone the mistakes in proper enunciation. Number 2, the question of the Quran being written in Arabic for the Arabs. Does that mean also that since Jesus spoke Aramaic, that the non-Aramaic people has nothing to do with the Bible? It was translated as the Quran was translated later. Why wasn't the Quran translated later? A partial reason for that is that when Islam spread, people interpreted the Quran and explained it to people in their native languages. And many of the countries where Islam went, people chose to learn Arabic, and Arabic language was the language of culture and science world over. Not only among Arabs, even Christian scholars who came to study in Muslim universities has to learn Arabic in order to understand Islamic literature. Finally, the question of the Quranic vowels. The brother was quite right. The Quran was not only preserved in writing. That is there. The Quran is the only scripture of the history of mankind written down directly from the mouth of its prophet in its original language, and we have it with unbroken chain of narration. But what is more important is the entire Quran was preserved by memorization. There was no need, Dr. Shorrosh, for the vowel signs at the time of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, because most of those who received the Quran first knew it by heart and knew that this is the proper way linguistically to recite it. It was later when Islam spread in many nations whose original language is not Arabic that it became necessary to put the vowel signs not anew, not made by men, but as has been recited generation after generation from the mouth of the Prophet and as narrated to us according to the proper Arabic enunciation.
Do you have a comment?